Hello, my name is Dustin Pass. By this point, you've probably already seen the illustration video that Barry put together on how the strategy comes together and makes money. You've probably downloaded the software and watched the video explaining how to install it. So what I want to do is take just a few minutes to walk you through the setup process of the software. This is the process you go through just before you actually enter a trade with it. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to open the software. This is the StraddleTraderPro desktop shortcut icon, and we're going to make sure, this is important, that we right click on this icon and then run it as administrator. There's some security features in certain versions of Windows, and to make sure that we're our software works properly, we want to run it as an administrator. There's going to be some terms of service here, basically a disclaimer just explaining the risks. You want to agree to that, and then you'll have a login box. Simply put in the username and password that you chose. If you had forgotten this, it was also emailed to you along with the download link. So once you've logged in, the GUI will pop up, the application will pop up, and it looks like this. Now there's 4 different rows here. Each one of these rows represents a different news release. So what you're going to want to do is mouse over the row, and it'll pop up and it'll let you know what particular news release that row is. Now once you've done that, you simply choose the one that is going to have the most effect on the market, the one that you want to base your trade off of. And this is typically going to be row 1. We have this set up to where the most impactful news is always on row 1. Rarely is this not the case. And in order to make sure you're trading based on row 1, you're simply going to check the little box next to row 1. And what this does is this syncs it to the expert advisor. This ensures that the expert advisor is synced up to the StraddleTraderPro software. So that's step 1. You may also put in some deviation numbers here. Barry will be posting all these to a blog that you'll have access to. That information is also in the email you received. So he's going to be telling you what to put in these in the sell trigger and buy trigger. So once you set that up, you're going to move that aside. And now we're going to look at the actual StraddleTraderPro Expert Advisor portion. We're just going to click on it in the Experts tab. It's going to open up a box where we can begin to input the settings. Now, there are a lot of variables here. Barry's spent a lot of time making sure that we're pretty much ready for anything that could possibly happen. And I'm actually going to let him explain the majority of these variables in a later video that he's working on now. But for now, I want to get you guys started. I'm going to go over the 2 main variables that you need to be aware of just to get this thing to work and to start trading and seeing it work. The first, of course, is the buy and sell volume. This is where you set the number of lots you want to trade. So maybe you want to trade 1 lot on this trade. Just depends on your margin size and your comfort level. So you would put that in there. And the next variable actually has 3 different components to it, and it's called the timer. And it has news, military time, news time, and minute. So the first one is the hour, and the second one is the minute. There's 2 very important things you need to understand about the timer. First, you should always have it turned on. You're going to use the timer anytime you use the software. Second, the timer is a 24-hour clock. So as an example, if you were using this particular software on a trade that occurred at 9:30 p.m., you would actually put in 21:30. All right, because it's a 24-hour clock. And obviously, if it's in the morning, it's just going to be 4:30 or 8:30. So those are 2 very important aspects. Now, there is one other thing that you want to know and you want to understand. We get this question a lot. And the question is this based on my MetaTrader platform server time, or is this based on Eastern time? What is this time based on? You're going to set this based on your local machine. So if when the data comes out, your local machine is going to say 8:30, that's what you want to put in here. And the time that you're putting in here is the time that the data is actually released. So if the data is released at 8:30 on your local machine, and that's the time that your clock on your local machine says, then that's the time that you want to put in this particular setting. Now, if you're using a VPS or a virtual private server, you would put in whatever time that your virtual private server has on it when the data is supposed to come out. So if your local time is 8:30, but you're using a VPS that's in a different time zone, and its time shows 9:30 when the data comes out. If you're trading on that 9:30 VPS, then that's what you need to have it set to. So just whatever your computer is set to, that's what it needs to be set to. And those are really the two main variables you need to set this up. Once you do that, we'll set this for 21:30 is fine, and I'll hit OK. And what will happen is it's just going to pop in there. It'll say straddle test orders trading pound, and it says it's delayed for this amount of time because that's how long we have until 9:30. It's actually fairly early in the morning as I'm recording this. There's some stop levels and some other things that it's going to display as well, and Barry's going to go over those settings in another day or so. But that's pretty much the setup. At this point, you should be ready to go. You want to set this up 10 minutes or so before the data comes out, so you'll be prepared. On one final note, make sure that your clock on your computer is synced to a world clock. It's very important that it is extremely accurate. If it's off by 15 seconds, then these orders will be processed 15 seconds possibly before the data comes out, which opens you up to being brought in prior to the spike, and we don't want that. We want to keep our risk limited. Anyway, keep an eye on our site. We'll be posting more videos as the week goes by, making sure you guys have all the education and training you need to use the software successfully. And have a great day.